We're on live? We on live, man. I'm daydreaming, man. What am I doing? Daydreaming. I'm live. Jake's like, you're up, man. You're on. It's game time. I'm over here in the locker room, goofing off, hanging out. What's up, guys? Coach Micheal, Burt, the super coach. Every week, I like to come into your life on Mondays. Mondays is one of those days that people got to get it going, get it cranked up. Here's my belief, man. You plan strategy on the weekend, you execute on the week. If you come into the week and you're waiting on me to strategize during the week, the strategy's already done. So today on Super Coach, I'm going to talk about how do you initiate every day? How do we initiate something every day? The act of taking an action, of creating, of manifesting, of producing, of nothing happens until something moves. An object at rest will stay at rest unless acted on by an outside force. So I got this big summit coming on Thursday called Flip the Switch, and I'm gearing up for this thing, and I'm breaking down the PowerPoint, and I'm getting ready, and at the end of the day, man, Pray Drive is all over this. Because once you have the Pray Drive, you take an action. And I'm going to give you some concrete examples today of how you initiate every day. You never wait on something to happen. You never sit and hope that the good things turn out. You take negatives and turn them into positive. It's going to be a great super coach. So I'm Coach Micheal Burt. I'm the super coach. Every single week I bring you a podcast, multiply your life, multiply your money, and multiply your business. Today, the art of initiating every day.
Everybody needs a coach in life. Coaching businesses and entrepreneurs like you to spike an additional 40% to your bottom line. Micheal Burt is a multi-championship coach, best-selling author, trainer, motivator, and all-around super coach. Now, from the Greatness Factory Studios, this is Super Coach.
Welcome to Super Coach. I'm Coach Burt, live at the Greatness Factory. What's up, folks? I feel like I've been out of pocket for a minute. And you know why I feel like I've been out of pocket for a minute? Because I have been out of pocket for a minute. I've been to Dallas. I've been to Vero Beach for Scale with Speed with Matt Monero and Judge Graham. I've been to Florida with my wife for Living with the Monster, couples retreat. And now I'm back in the office this week. Got a big week. Thursday of this week, got the virtual boot camp, Flip the Switch, and Become a Monster Producer. They told me today over 240 people had registered for that. If you have not registered for that, I got to get you in there, man. So I'm going to post the link right now. It's under $100 for you to get in on Thursday of this week and allow me to coach you. Full day, under $100. You ain't going to beat that, folks. And I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to break it down how I initiate every single day. I'm going to break it down how I follow up like an animal. Relentless with the follow-up. I'm going to break it down in how I close deals. We can get into all of those things this Thursday, October 29th, Flip the Switch, how to activate the Pray Drive in you and your people and become a monster producer. Because once you get excited, Pastor Ken, once you get excited, Daniel Hodges, once you get excited, then you got to do something. A lot of people get excited, Jack. They got cotton candy. It tastes good for a second, but they don't know how to take an idea and see it through to its logical conclusion. This is a big part of what I do every day, guys. This is the part you don't see. You see me rolling out there on the runway last night, getting on the private jet, flying home with the little units and the wife. But what you don't see is the grind, is how I come in and attack a day every single day. The ability and toughness that it takes every day to work a hit list and a farm club and a top 25 and plan events. So today we're going to talk about how do you do that? What do you do? And if you've not signed up for Thursday, I want to encourage you, sign up for Thursday and let's go. Let's quit playing, man. You've been watching. You've been on the sidelines. You've been skeptical. You didn't want to invest the money. You're not investing in me, by the way. You're investing it in you. With the ad spend I have to get people here on this, we're not making any money off the ticket sales. Trust me. We're getting you there to give you a full day of coaching because I believe everybody needs a coach in life. Now, if you want to come live, come this weekend to the lodge for the Monster Growth Boot Camp. I'll be teaching all day Friday, all day Saturday. And then we might, Dorian Deshawn, we might have some spooky specials this weekend. Just a little prelude since it's Halloween. Who knows? But we may come out with something real cool this weekend that you're going to want to take part in. So today's topic, how do you initiate every day? For all the people watching, thank you for watching. If you listen to this on podcast, Stitcher Radio, Podcast Republic, thank you for watching and following my work. I am a pragmatic person. I am a person of probability. I believe that we can drastically drive up the possibility of winning by taking action. And the actions we have to take have to be initiated every day. So it's like a car that's starting. It's like an initiator when you're lighting a fire. It's like we need to initiate every single day, okay? Now, when you look up that word initiate, let's just look it up because this is an important concept. And I'm going to show you when you look up a word, cause or process of action to begin. Okay? Okay, what does it mean to initiate something, folks? To set, to get going, to initiate, to introduce the knowledge of some art or subject, to admit or accept with formal rights into an organization. Secret knowledge. That's what the word initiate means. So I'm a big believer in certain principles, and certain principles are this: an object at rest stays at rest unless acted on by an outside force. An object in motion stays in motion unless acted on by an outside force. Now, let's just take those two things right there. Okay, most people are going to sit in a sedentary position until something happens, and then they're going to want to take action. When they're broke, when they're too complacent, when they're sick and tired of being sick and tired, at that point, they're going to want to initiate. Here's the problem. It's too late, man. You can't get healthy after you've been unhealthy for years of your life and then say, all of a sudden, I've been sedentary. Now, all of a sudden, I want to get healthy. Let me tell you something. It's going to be really hard to flip that switch. Can you do it? Of course you can. Why don't you just stay healthy the whole way? You can't start prospecting years into your business after your business is failing and say, man, I'm going to crank this engine up. You got to initiate every day. Okay? And so when you think about this concept of initiating, I like to put it into steps. Today, when I come into work, I have got what I call that hit list of people that represents new money. How many out there came into the day with a hit list? And I'm working through that list of people which represents new money. Every car you've ever driven, every vacation you've ever been on, everything you've ever had was paid for by other people. All the money you're looking for is in other people. You don't need more money, you need more people. So every day it's about initiating. It is about the stimulus of outbound effort. Now, most people do not think like this. Most people go to their office and they sit and they wait. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? Who should I call? Call somebody. Call people you can help with your services. Pick up the phone and call a strategic partner. If when in doubt, call one of your clients. Like, I can't tell you how many people I have to call, Jack, and initiate something with them. It's like, let's go. Dude, get up, get going, get moving. Come on, show up, do something, make a sale, take an action. And it's exhausting, man. And then the number of people who want to do something but can't do it because they're sitting on the fence. That's the farm club. That part is exhausting because you got to come on, let's go. I can't help you till you commit. Once you commit, I'm not going to let you fail. I can't tell you how many couples left this weekend, said I came skeptical, had no idea what I was going to be getting myself into. Even the husbands and wives that were skeptical and left said, man, it's the best thing I ever did. Me and my spouse are on the same page. We're thinking bigger. We're dreaming bigger. We're taking action. All of this starts with initiating, which means I got to get off the fence. I got to take an action, even if it's wrong. Okay? This morning I'm riding into work. I get a text message. I get a message that said, I was heading down this path. I thought I was about to close a certain deal on a certain thing, and they said, no, I can't do it this way. And for 1 minute, I wanted to contract. I was like, well, dadgummit, man. We had this thing right at the finish line. I could tie it up for 90 more days. I could slow down the cycle. I could keep going back and forth, being a little Mitch. I could do all those things, but I'm not going to. I'm like, no, forget it, man. I'm not whining. I'm not complaining. I'm not making excuses. Let's sit down tomorrow. Let's sign this agreement and let's get rolling because nothing happens until somebody moves. As you're sitting here watching this today, there's somebody you need to call. There's a text message you need to hit. There's a follow-up you need to make. There's a person you need to ask for something. Now, you can't control the response. This is what stops so many people. I was a disciple of Covey. Covey said between stimulus and response is a space. And in that space lies my ability to choose my response. In that space, all I can control is my outbound effort. Most businesses do not spend enough time with outbound effort, initiating. If Daniel Hodges or Lori Stye or Pastor Ken or anybody watching this today has a thought, when you have the thought, you need to take an action. I have a thought that person could help me. I need to pick up the phone and call them. I have a thought of a new idea. I need to take an action. I have a thought of a strategic partner. Boom. I have a thought of somebody I need to check on. Take an action. When in doubt, take an action. So the art of initiating is I come into the day and my strategy is pre-planned. Mike Brooks. My strategy's pre-planned. I got my hit list. That is any activity that represents new money. And I'm working right through that list, just like a freight train. I'm working right through that list. Bang. Call. Didn't get them. Leave a voicemail. Leave a text message. Then I'm working my farm club. All the people that indicated interest. I'm going my 7 touches. I'm trying to bring them to a decision. That word decide we know means to kill off. Then I'm working my top 25. Then I'm planning events. Then I'm working my database. Then I'm working with my media team. Then I'm right. Like every day is a game of action. We don't know what the action is going to produce. I couldn't tell you when I was going to win a championship, folks. I just knew and believed I was going to win one. But every day I took an action. So my 4 steps when I'm working the muscle is real simple to me. I call it the 4 steps of the sale. Number 1, I'm going to initiate. That's an outbound effort. When I have an idea, I can help that person. Let's strategically partner. Let's go back. The idea quickly turns in and converts to action. I initiate. Second thing I do is I disarm. Hey, this is Coach Burt. So good to talk to you. I know you indicated interest in doing this. What can I do to help you get off the fence? Hey, I know you said you want to do an event with me in Mexico next year. Hey, I know you said you want to do a strategic partnership with me. Hey, I know we wanted to do this virtual summit. Let's get going. Hey, right? Like I'm disarming. I'm connecting with energy is what I call it. I'm connecting with energy. Third thing I'm doing is I'm locating a problem, or I'm articulating a problem. Money exchanges hands when problems are solved. Some people don't know what the problems they are, right? Hey, this dude said this, right? He said he was interested in coming to this. How do we get him involved in this? Hey, so-and-so said this, right? Hey, I think you got a missing structure here. Hey, let me bring a structure to you. And then I am pushing people to something in the future. Come to my Thursday boot camp. It's $97. Come to my in-person deal right here. Come to my publishing summit in November. Come to Monster Growth Boot Camp. I already put the first 3 months or maybe first 4 months of events. I mean, I'm having my team run through the schedule right now. So if you want me to do something in 2021, I'm telling you folks, the dates are getting backed up right now because I'm very specific on who I want to do an event with, what I want to do, how I want to do it. We're a freight train of momentum, man. Steve Carlos told me we're a freight train of momentum. Working on a major deal with McGraw-Hill on Flip the Switch, the book. Possibly we'll work on a television show for that. We got the boot camps going. We got the coaching program going. We're rolling, man. And you know what it is a result of? Every day we initiate. So when we come back, I'm going to talk about how does this initiation, how do you utilize, Lori Stye, how do we utilize the pray drive every day to initiate? Because I see pray drive in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 areas. Pray drive is the instinct to see something and go get it. You hear me talk about. Some of you sit around and talk about it, think about it, dream about it, sleep on it, pray. I'm not saying don't pray about it. I pray about things. I'm not saying don't talk about it with people. Last night, I'm sitting there at 10 o'clock at night with my wife. I'm like, I'm making a decision on this right now. Boom, we're doing it. May be the right decision, may be the wrong decision, but book it, Dan-O. I'm doing it right now. And by George, that's what some of you need, man. You need that umped. Dr. Holtz, he calls it the vim and vigor. You need the push. You need the energy. You need the confidence. You need something. So to me, even if I initiate and it's wrong, my philosophy is it's going to be a fight, but dadgummit, we're going to find a way to win. It's going to be a fight no matter what decision we go, Kevin Jones. It ain't going to be easy. I got proper expectation. You read the Bible talks about expectation. You have proper expectation. It ain't going to be easy. There's going to be trials. There's going to be tribulations. But we're going to find a way to work it out. We're going to find a way to win. And if you have that mindset, that is the mindset. See, this weekend, Jack, I spent my weekend talking to couples, and we got into, is it too much business? Is it too much this? I just said, look, a couple that don't have their money right is going to struggle. Money is one of the greatest sources for couples in the world. They fight about it. They argue about it. They're scared to lose it. They're scared of losing everything. So I spend a lot of my time talking about how do you run a successful business around your unique ability? How do you include the husband? How do you include the wife? How do you not sit around and worry about money all the time? How do you initiate something? How do you produce something? How do you get up every day and go get it? How do you include the talents of each other? How do you initiate? That's what it was about. So people left there thinking, in my opinion, if you're running a business together and you don't get the business right, it's going to cause marriage problems. Okay? Or the marriage causes the business problems. But when you're in alignment and there's intentional congruence, we're initiating, and you look at your sweetheart and you say, sweetheart, it's going to be a fight. But dadgummit, we're going to find a way to win. You bet on me and I'll bet on you. So when we come back, I'm going to give you 7 ways to utilize the Pray Drive to take an action. And if you haven't signed up for Flip the Switch this Thursday, it's $97. For all the late majority folks, you missed the $57 special, but you can still get in for $97. And trust me, it will be worth your time and attention. If you can't watch it live on Thursday, go back and watch the replay. I'm Coach Micheal Burt. Come on back for segment 2, folks. Today we're talking instinct to action. I'm Coach Micheal Burt, and I've spent the last 28 years of my life activating the Pray Drive in people, first as a championship women's basketball coach and now a top business coach to some of the best performers in the world. I've learned the game, how to generate revenue, how to explain your services, how to follow up correctly, how to extract referrals, how to become a person of interest. All of this leads to new income for you, accelerated growth, and in essence, I activate the Pray Drive in you, that instinct to see something optically with the eyes or in the mind and have the guts and persistence to pursue it. Join me for a full day activating your drive, flipping your switch, teaching you how to become a monster producer, and that's a legendary creature that dominates the market. Welcome back to Super Coach. Share the stream with folks. I was just watching that commercial and thinking about all the people that I have come in contact with in my life. Some have come and gone, some have come and stayed. Some wanted to go some of the way, some wanted to go part of the way, some wanted to go all the way, folks, which is where I want to go. All the way. Toward what? Toward your potential. Toward your bigger future. Toward what you see in your mind, what you see in your imagination. All things are created twice, first mentally, then physically. You go there in the mind before you go there in the body. And so I'm at the Greatness Factory today. I'm back in town. I've been on the road for a couple of weeks. I've been in Miami. I've been in Dallas, Vero Beach, West Palm, which I love. I've been all kinds of places. I don't even remember all the places I've been. Met a lot of folks. You don't need more money, folks. You need more people. You got to get in your brain that your real problem, the people have the money. You got to get in front of people, and you got to follow up like crazy. You got to get in front of people, and you got to follow up like crazy. Because what happens is you lose attention. You had their attention, and then you lost their attention. You got to get in front of more people, and you got to follow up like crazy. Daily discipline, long obedience in the same direction. You got to get in front of people, and you got to follow up like crazy. So let me give you 7 things that I think you got to do to initiate. Remember the word initiate: to move, to exert energy, force towards something. Okay? To initiate something, to shine light on darkness. Right? And you can say whatever you want. You can blame whoever you want. You can say it's somebody else's fault because you're not manifesting the life you want. Bottom line is, folks, goals and dreams and opportunity follows energy. It is not a commitment if you're not willing to put force and energy and resources into it. You're dabbling. You haven't decided. You're too casual with your potential. Okay? I think there's 7 areas you got to initiate. Number 1, you got an instinct to take an action. That's prey drive. Prey drive is the animal that sees the prey with the eyes optically, and the pursuit of the prey, whether they capture it or not. Now, here's what's interesting about prey drive, is that if you study prey drive in an animal, there is no external factor that is a greater motivator for the animal that is greater than the mere ability to pursue the prey. It is not capturing the prey. It is pursuing the prey. I am motivated by the pursuit of something, which is why when I go into a city, I like exploring. I call it spelunking. I know that's in caves, but I tell my wife, I'm going to get out and I'm going to explore. Like in the old caveman days, I'm going to go find new territory, right? You got to wake up in the morning and you got to find new territory. You got to go into new markets. Now, I know what you're going to say. I don't know anybody in that market. Folks, I didn't know one person in Houston, Texas, outside of Dr. Stephen Hotze. Hotze introduced me to all the successful people I know in Houston. One person out of 6 million. Many of you will never go to Houston or Miami because you say, I don't know anybody there. Who would I call on? All you need's one person. One right person. One influential person. Now, here's going to be your second mistake. Jack, here's the problem they're going to make. They're going to find that person, and then they're not going to have the frequency with that person. They're not going to follow up with that person. They're not going to stay in that person's life. And they're going to say, well, that person didn't help me. Well, let me let you know a little secret, folks. People of interest are busy. They got dreams and goals and ambitions. They ain't sitting around the house waiting on you to get it together, to Peter Putter in there and say, hey, can you help me? What can I do? What you can do is show up with your boots on, ready to roll. I had a little intern a few weeks ago, wanted to intern for me, but he can only intern on Mondays from 3:30 to 4:30. Now, how do you think that worked with me? To intern for me, you actually got to be around me. You got to get close to me. Just ask the people on my team who sells the most, Jack. The people who sell the most are the people who stay closest to me because I'm the power source, means or source for supplying energy. If you want to do big things, find power sources and get around them. Watch how much action they take in a day, man. They don't sit around. They do talk strategy. They do have strategy. It's not just kamikaze action. They do have a strategy, and they do take an action. But the strategy typically is before they get into the week. It's like getting into a game. You don't practice when you get in the game. The practice should have been done before you got there. When you come to F45 and work out with me, if you need to stretch a bunch, 10, 15 minutes, you need to do that before the workout starts. We're going to stretch for a couple minutes, and then it's on. And when it's on, it's on. It's going to be 45 minutes of push, man, of exertion, of force, of energy. You walk out of there, you're going to be sweating. You're going to feel like $1 million. You're going to have courage. You're going to have confidence. It's that simple. So you need instinct to take action. Too many of you have instinct and you don't take action. 10 o'clock last night, I'm making a decision. I'm like, boom, we're doing it. End of discussion. That's it. My wife's like, okay. We're not going to talk about it anymore. We're taking action. Number 2, you need prey drive and initiation. You may think this is testosterone. You may think this is whatever, but it is the ability just to say, look, I'm picking up this phone right now and I'm calling somebody and I'm going to create an action. I'm going to ask somebody for something. I'm going to initiate. I'm going to disarm. I'm going to locate a problem. I'm going to offer a solution. I'm going to make a play. Somebody indicates interest in my service. I spoke on Friday at Chris Rude's event. And I told those boys at Chris Rude's event, which was real estate, do not walk up to me and tell me you're interested in my services unless you want a relentless follow-up. If you ain't serious, if that scares you, don't even walk up to me and give me your information. Because if you give me your information, I'm going to initiate until we have brought a deal together. End of discussion. Okay? Now, we need to be ready to sign deals on the spot. That's a mistake I made on Friday when I was there speaking. I took people's information to follow up. I should have signed them up when they indicated interest. Should be like, boom, let's go. That's my bad. It's my mistake. I was off my A game for some reason. Now, you need prey drive in selling. Selling, nothing's going to sell itself. You think that people are just going to wake up and buy something when you don't initiate something? Like you may watch me today and go, I need that guy coaching me. I need to be on Flip the Switch boot camp. It may initiate or cause to activate something inside of you. But how many people out there watching want to do something but won't do it until somebody picks up the phone and initiate? You need prey drive in initiating, in selling. You need it in follow-up. This is where most people fall off the wagon. To me, if you're not going 7 touches in your follow-up, you're not serious. You don't have enough conviction in your product or service. You don't truly believe that you can help people play at a high frequency. You don't believe in your product enough if you're not willing to go 7 touches. Now, you could go 7 touches and have the methodology all wrong. I watch how people follow up with me. Some of them get their feelings hurt, so they get defensive, they get emotional. Big mistake. Some of them don't add enough value. They ask vague questions. Some of them don't know how to get in a flow and a rhythm with me. So it's like this amateur hour of follow-up. You haven't shown me how you can solve my problem. You haven't brought me to a decision. You haven't brought something to an end. You need pray drive in initiating these things. Hey, so here's what I said, man. I got on the phone today. I'm like, look, I'm ready to put this deal together. If I come down tomorrow with the contract in hand, you have your contract, I'll have my contract. We're going to sign it or not. Let's quit sales flirting. If we're in, we're in, and let's get rolling, folks. Let's get rolling. Okay? You need pray drive in closing. What would stop you from doing it right now? How can I help you make this decision? I can't help you till you commit, but once you commit, I'm not going to let you fail. You need the pray drive. All they can do is say they don't want to do it. I'm just starting to be so blunt with people and so direct with people. It's like, hey, man, you want to do it? If you do, let's go. What would stop you from doing it right now? I can enroll you right now. You need pray drive in pursuing the big opportunities. I call these blue marlins versus bluegill. Think to Scott Nagy. Is when you wake up, there's so many things you could focus on. How do you every day recalibrate to only red zone conversions? These are the things. Let me put it to you another way. What is the biggest opportunity in front of your face right now? Let's call it a level 10 opportunity. Some of you are level 10 people. You're messing around with level 2 opportunities, folks. You're playing around. You're dabbling. You're not committed to big opportunities for whatever reason. You don't believe you can have them. You don't believe you deserve them. You don't know how to do it. You just kind of mess around all day. You need to come in like a football team and say, these are the deals at the 20-yard line. These are the most important deals. How do we buckle down on these opportunities right now? I'm about to sign a lease on a Greatness Factory in Nashville. I'm about to take 9,000 square foot. I'm already renting offices. I'm already taking meetings with people. That is before the place has been redone. That is before the signs have gone up. That is before the walls have been painted. That is before everything. You know why? These are big opportunities, man. If you want to get in with me, you better get in now. But because the freight train is moving and it is not slowing down because I'm initiating. Now, last piece. You need the pray drive and initiating when you get scared. Okay? My philosophy is to commit to big things, even things that scare me. Because with that commitment flows a tremendous amount of creativity. It flows a tremendous amount of dedication. It flows a tremendous amount of action after I have committed to something. Okay? So here's the concept. The concept is when I'm scared, I commit to something. And the commitment forces me to move toward it. It ain't going to be perfect, so I got a proper expectation. It's going to be a fight, but we're going to find a way to win, right? It all goes to zero at midnight anyway, so let's just commit. When you get scared, you need to learn how to initiate. The more I get scared, the more I initiate. The more outbound phone calls, the more customer calls, the more push I have, I push out. Most people come in. Okay, so commit and figure it out. You'll be shocked how many things work out when you commit to something, folks. So thank you for joining me today on Super Coach. Guys, today we talk about initiate every day, man. Every day we chop wood and every day we carry water. On Thursday of this week, there's going to be 300 people. I'm not stopping until I get to 300. 300 people on Thursday's Flip the Switch virtual boot camp. It's the first virtual boot camp I've ever done. It's a full day. I'm going to break down How to Find Your Activator or Pray Drive, which is a book I'm writing. And we're going to get a major book publishing deal on this. Okay? I'm going to break down explanation of service. Okay? I'm going to break down the legacy selling, the main parts of legacy selling. I'm going to break down $1 million follow-up. I'm going to break down how to get 5.7 referrals and work them acres of diamonds, as my buddy Matt Monero says. And I'm going to break down person of interest. If you want some of that, and I don't know why you wouldn't. If you want some of that, then you got to sign up for the boot camp. I'm going to type it in right here, right now, and get you rolling, folks. Virtual boot camp this Thursday. Coach Burt, 6 or 7 hours from the Greatness Factory. I'm going to be pulling some experts in, okay? Let's initiate something. As soon as you get off here, I want you to pick up the phone and call somebody. I want you to initiate something with somebody, strategic partnership. And listen, all they can do is say no. All they can do is say they're not interested. All they can do is say it's not the right time. You got to go through a lot of duds to find the studs, folks. That's the truth. The law of diffusion tells me we got to go through large numbers of people. You don't need more money. You need more people. I'm Coach Micheal Burt, another edition of Super Coach from the Greatness Factory. See you on Thursday. For those coming into town to spend the weekend with me at Flip the Switch Boot Camp, and pay attention to the spooky Halloween specials that we're going to be doing this weekend. Everybody needs a coach. Like, guys, a good coach can change your whole life.
The difference between big-time people and small-time people is big-time people get scared just like everybody else does. They just don't contract. When I coach big-time people, when they get scared, they do not contract and retreat. What they do is double down. Good coach will have conversations with you that you don't want to have. They'll make you do some things you don't want to do, but they will help you become something you did not think you could become. Do you have a person in your life right now who will have hard conversations with you that you don't want to have? Challenge you to do things you don't want to do. Push you beyond where you currently are. Because if you don't, here's what we do. We contract. We get static. Now, I can't help you until you commit. But once you commit, I'm not going to let you fail. So are you in or out? I challenge people, but I do it in a positive way. What good is it to have skill with no desire? That's body with no heart. What good is it to have heart with no skill? What good is it to have knowledge with no confidence? I tell people when you work with me, it's not going to be a game changer, it's going to be a life changer.